Hey guys, ProdigiousTrip here. And yep, Halo just came out with the 4th episode. I finally was able to see it. Oh my goodness. So there's a lot of stuff that's going on right now in the show and in this episode. This was probably like the best episode so far of the entire series that they've had just up until now. And so, I mean, okay, spoiler alert, just so you know now, if you don't want to hear anything about this episode or about the show going on, just cut away now, turn this off, and do something else. But I'm just going to jump into it, okay? So, again, spoiler alert about this episode. Sure enough, Ackerson, he's gone. He took off with, I guess, most of the higher-ups from the UNSC or ONI or whatever, so they're not even on Reach. They're just gone. And, again, the explosion that took place in the last episode, that was the beginning of the invasion. And so, Master Chief does not have his armor. You find out that Ackerson took the armor. So I don't know if it was because of maybe budgets or something, that maybe they didn't want to have to do all the Spartans in armor or anything. Again, I don't know. It was still a good episode because, again, Master Chief and his other Spartans, they still take off and start doing their thing even without armor. So, he's fighting elites and everything, like, without his armor. I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. So I do like seeing him fighting and killing without the armor and stuff. And so, okay, a few things here first before we get into the rest of it. Soren, I thought he wanted to kill Halsey. And so I have no idea why Ackerson just puts him in the room with her. All they do is talk. And, she's just very interested in him, very interested in his son, how his life is going. And he's just like, she's like, I'm so glad I let you live and blah, blah, blah. He goes, whoa, wait. You let me live? She's like, yeah, I let you go. Like, why did you think that nobody was guarding the jets the night that you left? She let him go because he was very ambitious. She wanted to see him flourish and live out his life the way he wanted to. So she says that she let him go. So that was a big surprise for Soren, because he's just like, no, I escaped. I got out. I don't want to have anything to do with you guys anymore. And Soren is, in this episode, I have to admit, he's got some he was funny in this episode. Later on in the episode, because, everyone's evacuating to there's one last ship that they're trying to get on to get off the planet. And, Admiral Keyes, he's just walking up to the door, and all of a sudden just Halsey just walks by and he goes, Halsey? And then just Soren walks by and goes, and Soren. I'm just like, he didn't even I thought that was funny. He just walks by, Halsey and Soren, just walking by hey, how's it going? So I thought that was kind of funny. Yeah. So, it feels so sad. The beginning of the episode starts off with Vanak on top of his roof talking to the pigeons. And he names them, too. And he's just like, how's it going? Hey. And I'm just like, oh, don't tell me I think they're going to do what I think they're going to do to him. So, yeah, sure enough, Vanak is one of the first ones to die in this episode. I'm like, come on. Really? Really, Halo? You're going to do that? You're going to kill off the black guy? Really? The black Spartan? It's like, who are we going to kill? Let's see if we want to kill Riz off. Nah, she's a girl. No, we're not going to do that. Let's kill off Master Chief? Nah. Who's the black guy? Vanak? Yeah, let's kill him. Okay. So I'm just like, oh, come on. I really wanted to hear, more of his story and stuff. He didn't really get, he didn't get a whole lot. Riz is starting to get more of a character building. And, you see that with Kai and as well as Vanak, or I was hoping to see it, and then sure enough, now they killed him. I was like, oh, figures. So a lot's happening. So Master Chief, he goes to find her name was Perez, I think, and so she and him, they're now running through the streets trying to warn everyone. Master Chief's like, look, you're not gonna be able to warn anybody. This is it. We're just gonna have to fight our way through this and keep going. And I guess they get to her apartment or her place or whatever, but her family's dead. There's just an explosion and boom, Master Chief was like, oh, yeah, they're dead. Come on, let's go. She's like, that's my family over there. I can't just like, yeah, well, they're dead. We're going to leave. Let's go. So as they're running through the city and running through, like, they go through like a nightclub too. And like, she's like, we got to warn these people. Like, they're not going to listen. It's too late. And then they walk through, like, I guess it's like an antique shop. And she tries to warn this old lady, like, hey, look, I know this is your life and about all your stuff, but if you don't leave right now, you're going to die. And she goes, I'm not leaving here and blah, blah. But if you see in the background, she says these are antiques from Earth. I had to admit, I was like, if you didn't look at it, it went by really quick. But if you pause it, there's an Xbox, the original Xbox, in the background of all these artifacts from Earth, ancient antiques and stuff. And I was just like, okay. Again, I really did like this episode. It was really good. Riz is actually like, she was having dinner with, I'm forgetting the Blind Spartans guy's name. I think it's Louise or something like that. So she's trying to help him get through the city because, again, he's just like, hey, I might be blind, but I can still fight. So it was funny too because he has like, I think it's like a grenade launcher, and so he's just like running. They hide behind something, and then like you hear people shooting, and he just stops. He goes, and he actually hits somebody. I'm like, it reminds me of the blind guy from Star Wars Rogue One who was like, the Force is with me, and he was just like killing everybody and being awesome. So I thought that was cool. But again, the coolest characters, they just start taking him out. And I'm like, oh, man. So he dies. Kai wasn't even in this episode. So from what they said, Ackerson left. He took the armor with him. And I guess they took Kai too. What doesn't make sense is he didn't take Cortana. Like, he had this whole, like, you have this, computer that, it's Cortana, such a valuable asset to the UNSC, and you just left her there. As well as Halsey, too. Like, Halsey, while she's still talking to Soren, the explosions going on outside actually deactivate the hologram prison that they're in. And sorry about that. I'm getting sick again, which really sucks because I just got over being sick. And now I can feel it again, like my throat's starting to get sore, and I'm like, my voice is starting to do that crackle thing. I'm like, come on. I don't know why I'm always getting sick. It's probably from being out here in Michigan where it's always snowing and not snowing and the temperature keeps on changing. I'm like, this is ridiculous. My wife is sick, and then my kids just got over from being sick. So eventually, it finally got to me because we pass around disease around here like it's currency. So, but anywho, back to the show. The explosions and everything from outside of being, of the invasion, it deactivates the hologram prison that Halsey is in. And so she and Soren are able to go free. And I'm just like, wow, that was easy. And why didn't Ackerson either take them or kill them? He just left them. And again, I know that he knew that Reach was going to be invaded, so he was just like, hey, I'm just going to leave it there. But he also left Cortana. That I don't get. Why would you leave your most valuable asset from UNSC? And of course, Halsey tries to find her, and sure enough, she's like, "Oh, right there she is. Let's save her." And then boom, McKee takes her, and I'm just like, again, she's a very annoying character, but the fact that she's working with the elites or working with the Covenant, she's not acting like she did in the first season. Sorry if my voice keeps crackling. Come on. Sorry. So she's fighting. So she takes Cortana, and then Soren and Halsey have to escape. And that's when they actually, they get out of the room, and you see Admiral Keyes just like, Halsey? And then, like I said, Soren just like, and Soren. So during this battle, they decide that they're going to try to, the rest of the UNSC that's there, the rest of the military, Admiral Keyes says, all right, we're going to try to bottleneck them in this area while we get transports off the planet. And he gives a really good speech because he's like, hey, we're all probably going to die today, so let's go out with a bang, kind of a thing. So It was a really good speech. He wanted to die too with everybody, but Master Chief was like, no, we need you to fight tomorrow while we die today, kind of a thing. And so, Sir Admiral Keyes goes onto the ship, and he tries to drive it, I guess, because I guess there was no pilot. And he gets Perez to pilot the ship. And he realized that he can't take off because they still have the fuel attachment to it. So he has to go out and detach it. But as soon as he does that, like all the elites just like, they come out of, being cloaked, and he's just surrounded, and he goes, So he hits the thing, the ship is able to take off, but I guess he turns the gas on, so it's still releasing fuel or whatever. And sure enough, he grabs up a pipe, he goes, anybody got a light? And then sure enough, the ship takes off, and so Admiral Keyes dies too. And I'm just like, oh, man. Now, I don't think he died until Halo 1 in the video game. So for him dying here on Reach, I'm like, wow, they really cut out a lot of his character and his influence for the rest of the UNSC and everything. So I have no idea what they're going to do without him. But he talked to Halsey right beforehand, saying, she was like, hey, where's Miranda? Where's our daughter? And he goes, she was off playing it, or she was on a different thing, so she's safe. So I don't know why they didn't get her character back. I don't know if maybe it was for, like I said, budget or for other reasons. So she didn't come back. At least for right now, she's not back. But she's safe, alive, blah, blah, blah. So the Covenant now has Cortana. The last ship took off. And Vanak, like, I felt so bad because I was like, he tries to shoot an elite, like point blank with a needler, but it only fires off 3 rounds, and then the elite kills him. And it was just, I didn't like that. He didn't have like a really good death. I was really hoping for like him to go out in a more epic way, like how Admiral Keyes went. But no, it was very sad. So, they're all left on the planet. And again, there's an elite that's about to kill Master Chief. And McKee tells him to stop. Not yet. And he stops. But he doesn't look like a normal elite. Everyone's thinking he's the Arbiter. So whether he is or he isn't, it's just that he's still working for McKee and the, Covenant or whatever. So, yeah, that was a sad episode, but it was a really action-packed, finally, you have a Halo show. You want to see more violence and, give me something cool. So we didn't have any Quan talking or anything about that, which is sad because I have a bad feeling that the next episode is going to be an all Quan episode. It's like you have to have like this really awesome sequence with Master Chief and epic fighting and everything, and then the next episode is going to be Quan and all this other crap and Soren's wife trying to find her kid, and I don't know. So it's just, it was a really good episode, but there was a lot of sad stuff that happened. I really did. I was really sad to see, especially those 3 characters die. And I'm like, wow, they're like, Game of Thronesy, these people just, hey, you like that guy? Kill him. So that was episode 4. So I really want to see what's going on because I guess they still haven't, there's still stuff that they could do before I guess they glass the planet. So we'll see what happens. But that was pretty much it for, they had the invasion. So, that was what's going on. So I'm really excited to see what happens for the rest of the season. I'm hoping they get to Halo because you can't have the show without that, iconic, actual Halo ring. So at least they showed in the opening credits now. So hopefully that's where it's going to go. But yeah, I'm ProdigiousTrip. I'll keep trying to do videos if I'm not sick, or if I am, I'll figure out a way to do something else. The Walking Dead just came out with the Ones Who Live. So the first episode came out, so I'm probably going to do an episode on that one later. I'll probably just do it along with this one because, the Halo and The Walking Dead are going to be on at the same time. or at least the shows are on around the same time. So I'll try to get videos out. My dog doesn't stop barking. It's ruining everything. All right, I'm ProdigiousTrip. Hopefully you guys don't get sick. All right, I'll catch you later. Bye.